Dayo. I'm one of the teachers of GNA schools, Ayobo, Lagos. This afternoon, for economics class SS2, we'll be having location of industry as our topic. Location of industry. 1. What is location of industry? Location of industry. Industry could be defined as the siting or establishment of industry in a particular place. This is what location of industry means. It is the establishment or the siting of an industry in a particular place. What are the reasons why you are citing that industry there? Now, I want you to take a pause of this video and think reason within yourself why your dad's business is cited in so area. Why is it cited in, let's say, for Ibeda, or for example, why is it in Lekki and not in any other place, and not in Kaduna or something? Or why is GNA schools cited in Ayobo? You could just think and imagine what are the reasons. And if you are getting with them, that is what we're talking about today. Now, let's go on. Location of industry is the siting and establishment of industry in a particular place. What are the things that it requires? What are the reasons? What are the factors you take into cognizance before you cite your industry? Now, let's look at the second point there, which is the factors. Factors that determine the location of industry in Nigeria and West Africa. Number 1 is the availability of capital. You want to believe with me that before you start a business or before you start your industry or establish your industry, you have to have enough capital. The amount of capital you have will determine the size, and it will determine the type of industry you will be reciting and where you will be reciting it. For example, if you have a limited amount of money, or maybe you're going into maybe pure water factory, now that amount that you have could determine where you will have it. Maybe you have it in Ayetoro, or you have it in Igondo or whatever. But if you have enough money, you can decide to even site it in 2 places or take it away from here and take it somewhere else. And it actually determines the size. So that's number 1. Then number 2 is the nearness or closeness to local market. This is very important because you are carrying out a business, and that business must go out. It must get to people who want to consume it. And the people that want to consume it, we get it from the local market. For example, if you produce your pure water now and there's nobody to consume it, then you cannot call that a business. So for you to have your industry, you must site it very close to where market is, or where people will be able to access what you have produced. So you must consider that as the second point. Now the third one is government policy. Government policy. The policy the government make at times will determine where you want to site your industries. For example, if the government is putting some policies down that will favor you in a particular area, then you will consider that area instead of taking it away from that area. Now, another point is availability of social amenities, such as borehole, such as power, such as all the other social amenities that will be available for the production to be easier, to less the cost of production. It is actually this location of industries, you can actually do it in one place and have a high cost of production. Then you do it in another place and still have a lower cost of production. So, and you want to actually minimize your cost and maximize your profit. So you must actually follow all these factors, put them into place. Reason with all these factors and more before you carry out your industry. Availability of social amenities. That's the last point we read. Then number 5 is nearness to power supply. Nearness to power supply. We have in West Africa, we're considering West Africa, some of the West Africa countries do not have stable power supply yet. And this is a major setback affecting the industries in Nigeria. But we can actually still have some states in Nigeria, for example, that are still having a very favorable high hours of power supply. So in this, we can actually still consider it power supply in case if you be needing power or energy for your industry, then that power supply must be put in place. Then another point we have, after all this, we have availability of capital, nearness or closeness to local markets, government policies, availability of social amenities, nearness to power supply. Then another thing we have, is availability of labor force. We want to believe that this labor force, we have, for example, we have the skilled, the semi-skilled and the unskilled labor. That one is settled. Now, before we have our industry, we must consider which of these type of industry, type of labor am I going for? Is it the skilled, is it the semi-skilled, or the unskilled? So if where you are, those people that are there, they are unskilled or semi-skilled, and you will actually need skilled labor in your industry, then you have to move away from that area and get to another area to establish your industry. So availability of the labor force, you have to consider that in establishing your industry. Now, I want to pause there. There are other factors that we have to put in place, but for now, I want to pause there and move to the last one, which is the reasons why government participates in the location of industries in Nigeria. It is why government participates in the location of industry. Number 1 is to improve the standard of living of the populace. That is one of the reasons why the federal government, or even the state government, even the local government, interfere in the affair of setting our location, our industry. They have to interfere because they want the standard of living of the people, of the masses, to be improved. So they have to intervene. Then another one is to, for strategic purposes. For strategic purposes. For example, if you want to go into, maybe you want to be producing some specific goods that are majorly for maybe protection, that are for some group of people, perhaps the police, maybe we want to go into production of ammunitions and stuff that should be handled alone by the defense sector of the country. Then the federal government or the government must make sure that it must not fall into other hands, so that we will not use it for other purposes. So for strategic purposes like that. Another point is for maybe for political reasons. For political reasons. For political reasons. Now, if, for example, I'll be contesting for the let's say the chairman of my local government in the next 4 years, and I have an intention, maybe I have intention of citing industry before I contest. Well, for my local government, maybe I am from maybe Lagos State, Alimosho, and I am going to, like, and you know it's a political affair now, then I will cite my industry in my area because of political reasons. I will not go outside, maybe go to Lekki and go and cite industry there. No, I will cite it within my local government because of political reasons. Yes. So government will intervene because, okay, maybe APC is coming and they want APC to win in this local government at Lemosho. They will come and cite industry there so that the people will vote for them. Then another one, number 4, is for evil development. This evil development is so that one area will not be developing and the other sector will be left behind. So, as maybe for example Lagos State, Alimosho will not be developing, whereas we leave other local governments undeveloped. So the the state government, whatever the case may be, maybe the federal government or the state government, they will have to spread the industries so that it will not be located in one place and one place is suffering. Another one is to check. The 5th one is to check level of migration. Migration is the movement of people, maybe to or from or to a country or a state. So now, for example, if we have the federal government, maybe they are just citing industry in West Africa, southwest of Nigeria, southwest, all the industry is in southwest, all the industry is in southwest. Now, the other places, say the southeast and the north, most of the unemployed labor there, they will move down to southwest. And in view of this, southwest will be congested. In order for the government to check for this, they will have to spread it and intervene and participate in the location of industries in Nigeria. There are other reasons why government participates in the location of industries. Now, that will be all for today. I want to give you an assignment, but before that, check online for your notes. A comprehensive note is there for you. Now, this is your assignment to be submitted as soon as possible. Now, 1. What is localization of industry? Our assignment. What is localization of industries? Then the second one, give the advantages and disadvantages of localization of industries. Localization in Nigeria. Well, this is our assignment. We'll meet next class. Till then, God bless you. Stay